Welcome. My name is Liam Carter. And what I'm about to tell you isn't just a story about revenge. It's about how being underestimated your whole life can either break you or build you into someone they never saw coming. You see, I grew up in a family where value was measured in noise, appearances, and constant comparison. I wasn't the loudest. I wasn't the flashiest. I wasn't the favorite. That title belonged to my sister, Abigail. Beautiful, brilliant, accomplished. From the outside, she looked like the perfect daughter. From the inside, she was a master manipulator. She knew exactly how to stand in the spotlight and cast a shadow on anyone else in the room, especially me. And my mother? She didn't help. If anything, she handed Abigail the matches every time and told her to light the stage. I was always the afterthought, the one who was kind-hearted or quiet, which is just code for invisible. They never said it, but I could see it in their eyes. To them, I was never going to be anything big, just someone who'd eventually settle for just enough. But I wasn't built to settle. I was built to endure. After college, while Abigail climbed the corporate ladder thanks to Dad's connections, I took the stairs nobody saw. I started small bartending at a hotel to pay rent. While I served drinks and cleared tables, I watched, listened, studied. I learned how luxury businesses ran from the inside out. I understood people, their expectations, what impressed them, what disappointed them, what kept them coming back. Over time, I started saving. I cut out distractions, moved into a smaller apartment, ate the same cheap meals for months, just so I could invest in my dream, owning something of my own. I didn't post about my goals. I didn't brag when things went right. I just kept moving. Quietly, relentlessly. Eventually, through smart investments, partnerships, and some terrifying leaps of faith, I acquired partial ownership of a boutique hotel, then another, and then came the Red Summit, an iconic hotel perched on a rooftop in the heart of the city, the kind of place where my mother and Abigail held their charity galas, networking events, and birthday dinners to impress other rich families, the kind of place they would never in a million years imagine I could be more than a guest at. But I didn't just become a guest. I became the owner. And I made sure no one, not the press, not my family, not even the hotel staff, knew my name was behind it. I kept my ownership in a private holding. My initials weren't on the building. I didn't need a plaque, just power. Then came my father's 60th birthday, a family celebration, formal invitations, luxury dress code, dinner reservations at, you guessed it, the Red Summit, booked by Abigail, of course. A week before the dinner, my mother called me. "Liam," she said, in that tone that sounds sweet but slices. "About Dad's dinner. Abigail's already taken care of the reservation. It's a very upscale place, so we don't expect you to feel pressured to attend. We know you've had money challenges." Money challenges? I had just closed a deal for a third luxury property in Spain. But I didn't say that. I said, "I'll be there." She paused. "You're sure? The set menu is quite exclusive." "I'll manage." What I didn't say is that I already was managing and owning the very restaurant she was warning me about. The night arrived. I wore a tailored black suit. Understated. Classic. Not flashy, but it fit like power. I arrived 10 minutes early, like I always do. As I approached the glass doors, I saw them, my mother and Abigail, already speaking with the host. I smiled and waved. They looked surprised. "Oh," my mother said, trying to hide her discomfort. "Liam, you came. I wouldn't miss it." Abigail chimed in, glancing at my shoes like she was calculating their price. This place is a bit out of your range, isn't it? I smiled. I've always been curious about it. Right, she said with that same performative laugh she always used when she felt threatened. Well, it's not really for. Before she could finish, the host interrupted. Mr. Carter, he said, suddenly standing straighter. Welcome back. The team has your private lounge ready. Would you like us to send champagne up now, or after your guests are seated? Abigail blinked. Wait. What? The host smiled warmly. We've set up the panoramic suite as requested. Your usual table placement, same floral arrangement. And the 1989 red has been decanted, per your assistant's request. My mother turned to me, stunned. What is this? I made a reservation, I said simply. Didn't want to assume I'd be included in yours. Without waiting for more confusion, I turned slightly toward the host. Let's head up. They followed in silence. We stepped into the private elevator, rode past the floors my family thought I'd never reach, and entered a lounge that bore my signature. I had designed the lighting to fall softly on the table, chosen the scent of the linen napkins, even the jazz playlist in the background my selection. Abigail looked around the room like she was trying to solve a puzzle. This is your place? I nodded. It is. Dinner began. At first, it was stiff. Silent. My mother kept looking at the menu, like she expected the prices to rise with every bite. Abigail avoided eye contact. Dad, sweet and unaware, just smiled and said, "This is the nicest birthday dinner we've ever had." After dessert, the moment came. The check never arrived. Abigail looked around. Did someone pay already? The waiter smiled. Mr. Carter always settles in advance. My mother turned to me, quietly. You paid for all of this. I own all of this. Silence. But it wasn't an awkward silence. It was the kind of silence that happens when the truth finally walks into the room, unapologetic, unbothered. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't list my accomplishments. I didn't need them to clap or even apologize, because I had already won. That night wasn't about money or property. It was about presence. Sitting at the very table they once told me I didn't deserve, and doing it with grace. I didn't need revenge to be loud. I needed it to be seen. The moral of the story: sometimes the best revenge isn't about proving them wrong. It's about living so fully in your truth that their doubt becomes background noise. You don't need to shout when you're the one who owns the building. You just need to show up and let the room adjust to you.